Nestled in the trees along the banks of beautiful Oak Creek near Sedona, Arizona, Grace Grove is a sanctuary of rejuvenation and healing, where we have built a community over the past 12 years. We have thousands of members who've become part of our family in order to improve their physical and mental well-being. Hi, I'm Puma. Morgan and I are the stewards of this very special private retreat center that is also our home.
Hi, I'm Morgan Langan. Puma and I nearly lost Grace Grove 3 years ago when our bank would not answer our questions about their conflicting loan documents.
In our case, the courts and sheriff relied upon fraudulent documents, allowing the banks to confiscate over $2 million of our invested equity.
We took this matter all the way to the Supreme Court, but the bank chose to use a process known as non-judicial foreclosure to forcefully evict us from our home and livelihood under threat of arrest using 9 fully armed sheriff deputies.
This matters in the Supreme Court of the United States.
Okay, well this has already been handled by our court right here.
There's no...
Okay, I'm not going to argue with you, okay?
No, I'm not either.
Okay, what I'm telling you is you got to pack your stuff and you got to leave.
It was heartbreaking to watch a moving company pack up our entire business and our home and place all of our belongings in storage. I had 8 men in my home for 2 weeks handling all of my personal belongings.
Do you mind? I just really have to leave.
No, yeah, I'm ready to be right here. You just keep going.
Over the past decade, 17.5 million American families have experienced similar shocking and vicious evictions from their homes through an insidious partnership between banks, courts, and law enforcement.
You see, the banks met their match when Morgan discovered a way to beat them at their own game.
Mark my word, I moved back in here and this fence will be gone within a week.
In order to win back our property. You must be asking yourself, how is this possible? When this all looked so bleak.
With the love and support of my Puma, I spent virtually every waking hour for the last 5 years researching, learning, and fellowshipping with some of the brightest legal scholars in America to decode this banking fraud, because we believe that freedom is worth fighting for.
What we've endured and learned over the last 5 years led to the solution we are here to talk to you about today. A manual for freedom. In this manual, you'll learn how to protect your family and your property without costly attorneys, using equity, also known as inherent law, to competently represent your private interests, just as our founding fathers intended.
In the manual, I open source the exact process that Puma and I utilized to redeem Grace Grove under the inherent jurisdiction called equity. Our patented land is now free and clear of banks with title held in trust. Our intention is to empower you and other private Americans to study a manual for freedom in order to invoke your sovereign rights protected by the Constitution.
Become a member of our community and get your advanced copy of a manual for freedom, intended to provide practical instructions on how to represent yourself to protect your family's most precious assets.
You see, most people think that the banks and City Hall can't be beaten. We're here to tell you that when we form a more perfect union, anything is possible.
In supporting and sharing this crowdfunder, you are helping us to continue this work in our court systems, while sending a powerful message to the banks and our government that their days of stealing Americans' homes, businesses, sovereignty, and equity are numbered.
Join the movement to reclaim your American freedom and prosperity. If not now, when? Contribute now to get your advanced copy of a manual for freedom.
We are so grateful for your support.